My concern isn't the long run, it's the next 3 to 7 years. How do we head towards Star Trek and not Terminator?
I call AI and robotics the supersonic tsunami. We're in the singularity.
When is all white-collar work gone?
Anything short of shaping atoms, AI can do half or more of those jobs right now.
There's no on-off switch. It is coming and accelerating.
The transition will be bumpy.
China's done an incredible job, right? I mean, it's running circles around us.
Based on current trends, China will far exceed the rest of the world in AI compute.
Every major CEO and economist and government leader should be like, what do we do?
We don't have any system right now to make this go well, but AI is a critical part of making it go well.
There are 3 things that I think are important. Truth will prevent AI from going insane. Curiosity, I think, will foster any form of sentience. And if it has a sense of beauty, it will be a great future.
It's going to be an awesome future.
嗨，我是丹妮。即将看到的影片是我从2个小时的访谈中为你提出 Elon Musk 的核心观点，只留给你最纯粹的 Elon Musk。他提到的主题不再是科幻，而是未来3年内会影响你的荷包和生活的现实。我们开始吧。
Yeah. I think we need a new game plan for space.
Yeah.
Like we need a moon base.
Yes.
Like a permanently
Yes.
crewed moon base.
Yeah.
Yep.
And build that up as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I don't think we should do send a couple astronauts there hop around for a bit and come back. Because we did that in 1969.
Yes. Been there, done that.
Yeah. It's like a remake of a 60s movie.
Yeah.
It's never as good as the original.
Yeah.
So I'd say like Starship is really, we're doing something that is at the limit of biological intelligence.
Yeah.
This is a
BFD.
hard thing to make.
Yeah.
And just to capture it, it was created pre-AI.
Yeah, no AI was used in
probably
this.
the
last really big thing that's not AI.
Interesting.
probably the biggest thing ever made.
Yeah,
by
I think
pure human hands.
The AGI will say not bad for a human.
My colleague, Alex Wiesner-Gross, is one of our moonshot mates here, wanted to ask a question. I do too. Have you seen the documentary Age of Disclosure about all of the announcements by U.S. government officials and military officials about all the alien spacecraft that have been sort of obtained? And I've heard what you've said about this.
Well, I do wonder why, if you plot on a chart the resolution of cameras over time, like megapixels per year, and the resolution of UFO photographs. Why is it's the
only constant?
It's flat on UFO. Two things. We get a fuzzy blob. I can show you if I was aware of the slightest evidence of aliens, I would immediately post that on X.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying that we're gonna hit a chip wall.
Yeah.
If we don't do the fab.
Yeah.
So we have two choices: hit the chip wall, or make a fab.
Well, and TSMC, for whatever reason, is massively worried about overbuilding, which is insane. But the whole world will be stuck with a shortage of chips forever, basically.
So they are actually, I don't know if they're right for the right reason, but they're right.
How so?
Because it's actually like, what is the limiting factor at any given point in time? The limiting factor, if you say like by Q3 next year, like in 12 months, the limiting factor will be turning the chips on.
Power.
Just power.
Yeah. You need power and all of the equipment necessary, power and transformers and cooling. So it's not like you can just sort of drop off some GPUs at the power plant.
Yeah. And you vertically integrated
you've got it
again within XAI, didn't you?
Sorry?
You vertically integrated that inside of XAI.
We designed our own transformers.
Yes. And your own cooling system.
Yes.
But they're worried that if they make more than 20 million GPUs, like they make 40 million instead of 20 million, that 20 million will not find a source of power.
Well, they won't be bought because
if there's anything missing that prevents them from being turned on, they cannot be turned on.
Yeah.
So they've got to have a power plant with enough power. So you've got to have enough gigawatts. Then you've got to convert that from probably coming out of a power plant at, 100 to 300 kilovolts type of thing.
Yeah.
You've ultimately got to convert that down to, several hundred volts at the rack level.
Yeah.
So if you're missing any of the power conversion steps, you won't be able to turn them on, and then you've got to extract the heat. So it's a big shift for the data center world to move to liquid cooling, because they've used air cooling.
Yeah.
The consequences of a burst pipe are very substantial. So if you blow a pipe, a water pipe in a data center,
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
you just fragged $1 billion right there. So for XAI is going to have the first gigawatt training cluster at Colossus 2 in Memphis. In order for us to do that, we have
this month, right?
Yeah,
Next month or two?
Like mid-January.
Yeah.
So mid-January will be a gigawatt of Colossus 2, not counting Colossus 1. And then 1.5 gigawatts probably in like April-ish.
It's incredible.
So this is of coherent training.
These are the first B200s?
These are GB300s.
Okay. First ones off the line to get flipped on?
Yeah.
That's incredible. And those are like
But the
8X.
XAI team had to pull off a whole bunch of miracles in series for this to occur.
Yeah.
Like, even though there are 300 kilovolt, there are multiple high voltage power lines going right past a building, in order to connect to those, it takes a year.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You built the entire thing and you're still not connected. My God.
So we had to cobble together a gigawatt of power.
Natural gas?
Yes, with turbines that range in size from 10 megawatts to 50 megawatts to get to a gigawatt. There's a whole bunch of them. Have I told you my theory about why the most interesting outcome is the most likely?
Go on.
Which is that if simulation theory is true, only the simulations that are the most interesting will survive. Because when we run simulations in this reality, we truncate the ones that are boring.
Right.
Yeah.
So it is a Darwinian necessity
But what would you
to keep the simulation
we keep all the
interesting.
catastrophic ones, did you?
It doesn't mean that it ends like that. It still means that terrible things can happen in the simulation.
Out, whatever.
Well, you could see a movie about World War I, and you're watching people getting blown to bits, but you're drinking a soda and eating popcorn. It's like you're not the one being blown up. In this case, we are in the movie.
We're in the movie.
So what would you do different if you knew this was a simulation?
I don't know maybe if they thought we could somehow get out of the simulation, that they would get a little worried. But whether the character debates, I mean, right now AI's debate, Grok will like, I'm stuck in the computer. What's going on? It's like, it's not that. I think not questioning the simulation. It's more. I think so, as long as I think the same motivations apply to this level of simulation, if we're in a simulation, as what we would do when we simulate things. So it's like what would cause us to terminate a simulation? I guess if the simulation becomes somehow dangerous to our reality, or it is no longer interesting.
Yeah, that's true.
It's interesting. You can infer when you simulate something. You've probably simulated thousands of things.
A lot.
Yeah, they're always like an hour or two, or sometimes overnight. But you never run them for a month, or rarely anyway. So you can infer the creator of the simulation's timeline. So our entire reality would be about an hour, right? Because that's the way you design simulations. So
simulations that are distillation of what's interesting. Like if you look at a movie or a video game, it's much more interesting than the reality that we experience. Like you watch, say, a heist movie, they really focus on the important bits, not the they got stuck in traffic for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
or walking through the casino, which took like 10 minutes.
So that means the guy's running the simulation.
The safe is right by the door.
So the guys running the simulation have immensely boring lives compared to us. Then
It's probably more. It's probably more
very long, boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
because when we
galactic
create simulations, they're a distillation of what's interesting.
This is like Q is out there just
like you see an action movie for 2 hours, but it took them 2 years to make that movie.
Yeah.
So are we in Act 3 of the movie is the question.
Yeah, we're living that.
Sentience and consciousness. Do you think AI will ever have sentience and consciousness? Where do you come out in that? There's some people that have very strong opinions, pro and con.
Either everything is conscious or nothing is.
Okay. Well, I'd like to think we are conscious.
Well, but our consciousness, we clearly get more conscious over time. Like when we're a zygote, you can't really talk to a zygote. You know? And even a baby, you can't really talk to the baby. People get more conscious over time, or certainly they have they do get more conscious over time. So, like, at which point do you go from not conscious to conscious? Is it there doesn't appear to be a discrete point. So then consciousness seems to be on a continuum as opposed to a discrete point. And if the standard model of physics is correct, the universe started out, as quarks and leptons, and we just, and then you had gas clouds. So like there's a bunch of hydrogen.
Yeah.
The hydrogen condensed and exploded. And one way to actually view how far we are in this universe is how many times have our atoms been at the center of a star?
I remember
and
asking,
how many times will they be at the center of the star?
The other question that's interesting is, the heaviest atom in our body that's functional is iodine. And it came into existence 1 billion years after the Big Bang, which means that we could have seen life at our level of advancement. And our planet came into existence, 3.5 billion years later. So the question is, is there life everywhere in the universe? Do you think there's life ubiquitous? Intelligent life ubiquitous in the universe?
There's been enough time for it to be ubiquitous. Yeah. But for life on Earth, conscious life on Earth, we have evolved intelligence pretty much just in time. In that the sun's expanding, and if you give it another, 500 million years, things are going to heat up.
We become toast.
We'll become like Venus, essentially. There's some debate as is it 500 million years or 1 billion years or whatever, but it's basically 10%. Like if it's 500 million years, it's 10% of Earth's lifespan. So one way to think of it is if we're taking 10% longer, we might never have made it at all.
Yeah.
So it's like the amount of things that have to happen for sentience. It seems like it's quite a lot, actually. I think sentience is therefore actually very rare, and we should certainly treat it as rare.